I'm asking President William Ruto, my boss, please keep your promise to the people of Kenya. Stop those people who are abusing your deputy. Stop those ministers who are demeaning your deputy. Don't allow the criminal justice system to harass and intimidate your deputy the way you are intimidated. If you cannot keep the other promises to the people of Kenya, at least this one is a very simple promise. Be a good man, be a good Christian. Keep that promise, President William Ruto, because that is a commitment you gave to the people of Kenya, and you gave me that promise in front of my wife and children that you will never allow anybody to demean me, to disrespect me, to harass me, to persecute me, to intimidate me, to coerce me. That is a commitment that you gave. I ask you, Mr. President.
Ladies and gentlemen, today I want us to cover the interview that took place yesterday. Yesterday, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya had an interview with Citizen TV, and it was explosive, I can tell you. Although it was too late over here, but I took my time to watch the interview from the beginning to the end. And today I want us to summarize the interview in 10 points. But before we do that, if you're watching this channel for the first time, please hit the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this one, YouTube can automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, let me continue thanking you people for your continued support that you have granted this channel. To be honest, I'm very happy, and I really appreciate for the continued support. For this particular video, give it a thumbs up. Now, yesterday, the Deputy President, Rigathi Gachagua, had a meeting with traders from the market, or those traders that were pushed out of the city. And the meeting was massively attended by the people of Nairobi. In fact, according to what I saw, Rigathi was sending a strong message to the president that if he plays with him or try to bring an impeachment, he will see fire. So on the interview, I observed so many things, and I saw a lot of things from the same interview, but I want us to summarize that interview into the following points. Number one, the impeachment of Rigathi. He really talked about it bitterly from the bottom of his heart, and he even went ahead to claim that members of parliament had been paid to initiate his impeachment. In fact, he argued that there are some of those people, a lot of members, majority of the members of parliament who are in William Ruto's camp, believe that the broad-based government came into existence because they lacked numbers to impeach him in the first place. But now, with the support of ODM, who have now joined the government through the broad-based government, they will be able to add the numbers from the UDA to impeach him and send him home. But as I argued here, I did a video on the same, telling you that it is very difficult. It is an uphill task to impeach Rigathi Gachagua. So he talked about his impeachment, and he even said that he's ready to go home. If at all the MPs decide and they impeach him, he'll be very happy to go back to the village. This is a man that, according to what how he was speaking, he is a man he has nothing to lose. Whether you are is a DP or not, it doesn't matter to him. Number two, he pleaded with the president to stop those people who are planning to bring him down.
Don't know. Looking at it, I am not a mystical person. I'm a Christian and a very true believer. But I think it looks like there is a jinx around this office of the Deputy President. And President William Ruto had a very rough time with the President Uhuru Kenyatta.
Right.
But luckily for him, he had 5 years to work, and work very well without any disturbance. President William Ruto gave a promise, a commitment to the people of Kenya. When he was complaining the way he was persecuted, he was mistreated, he was demeaned, he was harassed, he gave a commitment to the people of Kenya that under his watch, if they elect him as president, his deputy will never be demeaned, his deputy will never be harassed, his deputy will never be persecuted, his deputy will never be disrespected, and his deputy will be facilitated to work and work well. For the first year, that happened, and I'm grateful to him because he did not allow anybody to disrespect me. He did not allow anybody to interfere with my work. But the second year, I must tell you, that is happening. You know, cabinet ministers have been abusing the deputy president, just the way it was happening during the time of Uhuru Kenyatta. You remember Tobiko called President William Ruto a clerk. Matiang'i wrote him a message, called him an idiot, and people disrespected him, people were intimidated, people were harassed, and President William Ruto made a commitment to the people of Kenya that if he is elected president, it will never happen that his deputy will be disrespected. Today, the deputy president is abused by people, hanging on his car, and the president is...
He spoke about the woes that he's going through. He's a frustrated man, that his family is wondering, or that they really feel bad for what is happening to their father and also to their husband. He explained to President Ruto and reminded him that that Ruto had made a promise that his deputy will never go through what he has gone through. He was asking the president to at least keep his word. Even made a joke, or maybe I can say this one, even like a sarcasm, and he told the president, I know you are not able to fulfill the other promises, but this one is not doesn't require resources for you to fulfill this one. You can fulfill this promise by stopping those people who want to bring the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya down. Yeah, to be honest, Rigathi was very bitter. He was very sorrowful, and I felt for him. It was really, I felt for him. What he's going through, the president promised that he will never allow his deputy to go through the same. But now this is happening to him, and he was like, for Ruto it was good because for him, he had 5 years to work as the deputy president to show the people of Kenya that I'm workaholic, I can deliver. But for him, he argues that he has only been the deputy president for only 1 year. He served for 1 year, and his rules now began immediately after 1 year. So for the whole of this year, things have not been good on his side. So that was one, and he really explained that. To the people, and we really feel it.
The people of Kenya, stop those people who are abusing your deputy. Stop those ministers who are demeaning your deputy. Don't allow the criminal justice system to harass and intimidate your deputy the way you are intimidated. If you cannot keep the other promises to the people of Kenya, at least this one is a very simple promise. Be a good man. Be a good Christian. Keep that promise, President William Ruto, because that is a commitment you gave to the people of Kenya, and you gave me that promise in front of my wife and children that you will never allow anybody to demean me, to disrespect me, to harass me, to persecute me, to intimidate me, to coerce me. That is a commitment that you gave. I ask you, Mr. President.
Another one is what shocked me is the issue of Mount Kenya Kingpin. You see, according to what we know, or according to what happened in the previous 2 weeks, according to the MPs of Mount Kenya, the kingpin for Mount Kenya is none other than Abraham Kithure Kindiki, because majority of them are people. According to the ground now, Rigathi will be the disputed kingpin because by virtue of being the deputy president and by virtue of being loved in the ground, because he is very popular in the ground. Even dismissed people who are saying that he can be booed in Nyeri. He said he can never be booed by the people from the Mount Kenya region. So he really spoke about that, and what shocked me is Rigathi said Uhuru is the undisputed Mount Kenya kingpin. I was shocked, and that's what the king has said cannot be repeated twice. And so his argument was, Uhuru is the kingpin, and the people of the mountain are now listening to him, and they have sworn not to betray one of their own again, that they will always deal with their leader. That's why they not allow even Rigathi to be impeached. He spoke about his relationship with the president. At first, he argued that him and the president are good buddies, they are friends, they are working together, the way they have been working together since time immemorial. But as the interview kept on going, anger got in, and he now became open. He came openly and talked about what he's going through as the DP, how frustrated he is. He has been frustrated by the people who are supposed to be respecting him, people like his PAs, the PAs of the president, and so forth and so forth. Another one, we are in number 5 or 6, is his removal from the WhatsApp group of President's Diary. See, in the first 1 year, Rigathi says they had a very good working relationship, whereby they were in one WhatsApp group where the diary of the president is being shared, where he will be at a particular time. Then he, as the deputy president, will go ahead and plan based on the diary of the president, so that every time the president is in a certain place, he's there with him, he's there to welcome him, he's there to support him. But now, he said, is it 2 weeks ago, the president's private secretary, he said somebody called Mayo, removed him from the WhatsApp group and removed his personal secretary and all his allies from the group. They were removed. I have seen a post by Dennis Itumbi, a tweet by Dennis Itumbi explaining that everybody was removed from that group because some information were leaking. But according to Rigathi, that was the best platform where he will get information on where the president will be going. Let's say if he's going to a certain place and he has planned to go to this place, he has to cancel this so that he can shoot into the diary of the president. But now, for the last 2 weeks or so, he has been frustrated because now he cannot plan. He was talking about where an event in Nyeri where the president was attending, and some people placed an empty chair, and they knew very well that Rigathi was in Kirinyaga, and they placed a certain chair. I think that is very wrong, by the way. It's not fair for him to paint him that he has accorded his duty and now he's fighting his own boss. So I think by doing that, it was really unfair to him. So he explained that he was removed from the subgroup. That one even has elicited a lot of reactions from Kenyans. I know even most of you have seen that. Our deputy discussing being removed from the subgroup, but it is a very good thing because to him, he wants to really be given a chance to do his work as a deputy president, so that nobody will blame him for absconding duty and maybe backstabbing the president. Another one, he was asked about the Gen Z process and his involvement. You know, there was this story that Rigathi, Uhuru, and the Mount Kenya billionaires were behind the Gen Z protest that took place, that even forced the president to sack his entire cabinet just to satisfy the needs of the Gen Z. Personally, I'm a Gen Z, and I really support such kind of revolution, such kind of movement. So he was asked about that, and he said he maintains that he blames Nurdin Haji for what happened in the Gen Z, for not advising the president very well and giving the correct intelligent information. And he was advising these people to always listen to the ground. His argument was, for him, he normally listens to the ground. And once the ground says something, you have to follow, because the people are the ones who gave you that job. They elected them. So his argument was, he doesn't have any hand in the Gen Z protest, but he still maintains the intelligence of this country failed the president on the same issue. And I agree with him. Nowadays the intelligence doesn't work. They just follow. I'm not sure, but I really think the intelligence is not really working in favor of the president, because a lot of things the president is doing without the knowledge of the ground. We have the university funding model, a very unfair model which has been brought to bring down the children of the poor. When Rigathi was asked about the funding model, he was really tactful and he said, we must, or as a government, they are mandated to listen to the people. So according to him, the government had a goodwill on the same issue of a funding model. But now, the people who are beneficiaries, or who are the persons who are really affected one-on-one, the parents and the students, have said they don't want the model. So that is why he was really appreciating the president for creating a task force to do the same. On the broad-based government, he was asked about the broad-based government. What was the response of Rigathi? The president called him and convinced him that it was necessary for him to involve ODM in government so that there could be stability following the Gen Z protest that took place for months, from the month of June. He had to bring in ODM so that there can be stability in the country. As a gentleman, Rigathi says he had no otherwise but to be in support with this boss, and he supported the broad-based government. But now, the allies of the president are now moving around claiming that the reason why they had there's a broad-based government is because previously they lacked numbers to impeach Rigathi. But now, because they have ODM on board and they are in government, ODM will not oppose such kind of an impeachment, and that will easily send Rigathi home. I've seen people posting that the MPs should move with haste, remove Rigathi, should be eating Christmas while he's in the village. And that could be the reason, and maybe that could be the thinking of those people who are allied to the president. Rigathi really talked about many things in the said interview. Some of you watched it, some did not watch. But the truthful man of God was truthful to the best of his knowledge. And many things I agree with him, some I don't agree. And maybe there are some of the things that he doesn't tell us. He also talked about his achievements as the DP. You know, people have been blaming him of being a DP of Mount Kenya only. But Rigathi says he has moved around the country. He was in Nyanza the other day, and he's really loved by the people of Nyanza. In fact, he claims that the reception there was very massive. The people really loved him with no condition, unconditionally. He went to he has moved to the northeastern, to the western, Masaini, Kajiado, Narok. He has been to the Rift Valley. So according to him, he has moved around the country, and he will still move around the country, doing his work and also supporting the president. Rigathi really begged the president to stop those people who are bringing him down, and to me, I agree with him, because it's not fair. One year to the presidency, he doesn't want anyone to be impeached. The president himself has failed in doing almost everything, but nobody's talking about his impeachment. Why Rigathi? Rigathi is just a second in command, the principal assistant. What has he done to deserve this impeachment? If anyone is not happy with Rigathi, they should sit down, watch, wait for him until 2027, advise the president to replace him with somebody else. That's okay, this is politics. But fighting Rigathi 1 year after being the deputy president, that is very unfair. And it's very unfair coming from the man who went through such humiliation. I don't know what's happening in this office of the deputy president. It seems there is some evil, I don't know, there is something with that office, that once somebody becomes a DP, you just must be frustrated. And I really feel for Rigathi. And I saw from his body language, things are not good. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming here and listening to me. That is the summary of what I got from the interview. Kindly like, subscribe, and if you're watching this point, share to your friends. They may get something from this analysis. Thank you, very important. Bye-bye.